Do you think after a regime change in Iran, if that succeeds, if this happens, can India and China come closer? Do you think if India and China come closer without India becoming powerful, the relationship will be dominated by China? Okay, so if let's say there is a war between the US and Iran, the US invades Iran, and eventually the US is able to defeat Iran, carry out a regime change, and put a puppet government in place in Tehran. So Iran becomes a US vassal again, like it was before 1979, and all that happens. And Iran and Pakistan are then obviously both US vassals. They can both be used by the US against India, that sort of thing. And China loses its great strategic asset and partnership, which is Iran. So China becomes more isolated. In this scenario, do I think that India and China can come closer and become better friends or something? Is it possible? What do I think? I think it's highly unlikely. See, at this point in time, India is being asked by the US to make a choice. Right now, India is being asked to make a choice. Trump hasn't said anything in public, but India is being asked to make a choice by the Americans. You either come on our side or we will treat you as an enemy, we will destroy you. I don't think India has too much of a choice in this matter. Strategic autonomy and all, we can keep on doing that game of balancing, tightrope walking and all that. Be the bridge between East and West. Be friends with Russia, be friends with the US, be friends with Europe and so on. But the Americans don't want India to play that game. The Americans are giving India a simple choice. You either come on our side or we're going to treat you as the enemy, just like we treat Russia and China. We're going to destroy you. That's one factor. And India right now is probably making some kind of choice. Right now. Now, let's say India remains strategically autonomous. In that case, could India come closer to China, or could China and India get closer together? In my opinion, India and China cannot become closer unless the core issue is resolved. The core issue is the undemarcated India-Tibet border. That has to be resolved. That has to be demarcated. As long as that is not demarcated, India simply can't trust China. Simply cannot trust China. The Chinese are on the one hand are building up their infrastructure, military infrastructure, north of the line of actual control in Tibetan territory, right? On the other hand, they'll come and say, we want to be friends. How does that work? We have this massive trade imbalance between India and China. There's so many issues, right? I think it's highly unlikely that India and China will come closer. Nothing substantial will happen in terms of closeness until the core issue is resolved. The core issue is the border. Chinese have steadfastly refused to demarcate the border. They want to keep the border open, undemarcated, so that they can keep on using that as a pressure point on India. So as long as they have this approach, this attitude towards India, things are not going to work out between India and China. So that is the situation. I don't see this happening. I don't see it happening.